South America, a land of wide rivers, breathing jungles and endless plains that tell a little-known story. Through those landscapes wandered the Guarani and Tupi peoples, who left a mark on the Spanish vocabulary that we use today without thinking about it. But there's something special. These words aren't technical terms. They're words from the jungle, the forest, the river, and from music. Next, we bring you 10 Guarani words that managed to make their way into our language, commonly used, especially in the Spanish-speaking nations of South America. Number 1. Passion fruit. If you've ever visited a market in a Latin American country, you've probably heard of the fruit passion fruit without imagining the story behind the word passion fruit. It refers to the edible fruit of the passion flower or Passiflora edulis plant, which is round in shape, has yellow or purple skin, and is widely used in drinks and desserts. This word entered Spanish from the Brazilian Portuguese Maracuya, which in turn comes from Tupi Guarani, Umbaruchuya, which was the name that these indigenous people had given to this fruit. Maracuya has numerous alternative names in the Spanish-speaking world. Parcha in Puerto Rico, Parquita in Venezuela, Chinola in the Dominican Republic, or Calala in parts of Central America. The Dictionary of Americanisms confirms several of these variants, and the name passion fruit comes from the symbolic interpretation that Spanish missionaries made of the flower, since its parts reminded them of elements of the Passion of Christ. Number 2. Maraca. The dry, bright sound of the maraca has accompanied songs and dances since pre-Hispanic times. In modern Spanish, maraca refers to the musical rattle, also made of metal or plastic, which is usually played in pairs. The Dictionary of the Royal Spanish Academy suggests that this word comes from the Guarani mbaraca. In addition to the instrument, the word maraca has other colloquial meanings in American Spanish. For example, in Cuba, it means a 1 peso bill or coin. Number 3. Jaguar. Now, when we hear jaguar, we think of the great spotted feline of the Americas. The academic definition describes it as a stocky American feline with yellow fur and black rosettes whose territory ranges from the southern United States to Argentina. Jaguar entered Spanish from the Portuguese jaguar, and the latter took it from the Tupi-Guarani Jaguara. That's why in the Rio de la Plata region, the spelling jaguar also appears, which is closer to its original root. The Pan-Hispanic Dictionary of Doubts explains that both spellings are valid and that the most common form is jaguar. Number 4. Capybara. Capybara usually seen on the banks of an estuary. The capybara, also called carpincho, chigiro, or ronzoco, depending on the country, is the largest rodent in the world. The Spanish use of capybara is widespread, influenced by the Portuguese word capybara. The Historical Dictionary of the Real Academia Española explains that capybara is a word taken from the Guarani capybara, with the general meaning of rodent mammal. On the other hand, modern zoological literature, citing the Wise Dictionary, breaks down the Guarani form, capybara, in the semantic sense of eater of grass or the one who eats grass. This etymological analysis, capi meaning grass plus the element huara, explains why the name fits the animal so well. Number 5. Zarigüeya. Zarigüeya? The opossum is that climbing marsupial with a long snout and a prehensile tail, which many people mistake for a rodent, but it isn't. The Dictionary of the Spanish Language includes that definition, and in addition, a range of regional synonyms: tacuache in Mexico, chucho in Central America, carachupa in Andean regions, rabipelado in Venezuela, chucha or fara in Colombia, and so on. Additionally, this document indicates that Zarigüeya comes from the Brazilian Portuguese word Zarigüeya. On the other hand, the historical dictionary of the Real Academia Española provides more detail. The Spanish term ultimately comes from the Guarani word zarigüe. Unfortunately, this animal suffers from intense persecution by humans for various reasons. These range from being considered a threat to chicken coops to superstitions that associate it with evil spirits and enchantments. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you know when there's a new video. Number 6. Piranha. The piranha is that famous and much feared South American river fish with sharp teeth and a voracious reputation, world famous thanks to sensationalist Hollywood horror movies. In everyday language, the term has been extended to metaphorically refer to greedy people. To analyze the etymology of this word, we have to delve into the Tupi Guarani languages. The Real Academia Española dictionary explains that piranha came through Portuguese piranha, which comes from the Tupi Guarani piraya, made up of pyra, meaning fish, and aya, meaning teeth. In Venezuela and neighboring areas, this fish is called Caribe fish, and in Argentina it is also known as palometas. Number 7. Toucan. There is no beak more memorable than that of the long toucan, curved, almost as big as its body with bright colors. The Real Academia Española dictionary defines it as an American climbing bird, and by the way, offers a handful of little-known regional synonyms, such as dioste de pico, feo, raco, or yataro. The word toucan comes from Tupi Guarani, tuca or tucana, and entered Spanish through Portuguese, which first adopted it under the name tucano. Number 8, Nyandu. The nyandu is the great running bird of the South American pampas. It is a flightless bird with long legs and the American cousin of the African ostrich. The Dictionary of the Spanish Language recognizes it as Bos Guarani and defines it as a bird that lives in the plains, known for its speed. The word nyandu is a pure Guarani term, since in Guarani, the exact same word, nyandu, is used. The Historical Dictionary documents its presence in texts since the early 19th century and explains the historical coexistence with the form nyandu, influenced by the French nandu. The Dictionary of Americanisms lists the word shuri as a synonym in certain Andean regions. Number 9. Cassava. If there's one crop that unites kitchens all across Central and South America, it's cassava. The shrub, whose roots, also known as yucca or cassava, are used to make flours, breads, and starches. Cassava is defined as a plant from warm regions with a very large and fleshy root. The word mandioca comes from the Guarani mandioc, which is the term used in that language to refer specifically to the plant and its root. That's how it entered American Spanish naturally. Number 10. Coati. The coati, also known as Coati cusumbo or pisoti depending on where you are, is an American mammal with a narrow snout and a ringed tail. It is plantigrade, skilled at climbing, and curious by nature, which is why it often wanders into natural parks, reserves, rural areas, and regional jungles. The etymology of this animal is quite interesting. The Historical Dictionary of the Real Academia Española states that coati comes from the Guarani word, coati, and that this in turn is analyzed as coa, which means long, and ti, which means nose. That is, long nose, a feature that partly characterizes this animal. Did you already know that all these words come from Guarani? Which one of these surprised you to see on this list? Leave us your opinion in the comment box. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I invite you to also activate the bell so you get notified when there's a new video. See you soon.